Oh, I got caught up in that music. We're playing some music in the background there. It's an old 80s jazz when I first started getting into jazz. And, huh? Oh, okay, they heard it too, yeah. It's an old 80s jazz. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I'll have the name next time. And that's just like a variation of it, so no one has to get some rights from it or whatever the case may be. But good morning to you. It's Monday morning. It's PGM, the personal growth moment. Make your day awesome. Ah, man, I'll tell you what, I'm awake. I'm ready to roll. Good weekend. Didn't do a whole lot, but I'm awake, you know. And so, man, I just love being here on Monday mornings. Sometimes people may not think so, but you know what? Monday, if you really get a great start on your morning, man, the day just makes a whole difference. It's a huge difference, man. So you need to start your day right. You need to get up early, well, maybe not my routine, but get your own routine that gets you moving, gets you excited before you come in contact with people. Man, because you never know what's going to happen when you come in contact with that first person on the train, on the bus, on the highway, at work. Maybe you go for your coffee in the morning or your bagel or your muffin, whatever the case may be. Man, you want to be that light. You want to be that energy. You want to be that motivation that says, man, you know what? I don't care what's going on. I know I'm going to have a good day because I'm going to make my day awesome. Man, it's good to have you this morning. Let's see who's on here this morning. Charlie's on here this morning. Yvette's on here this morning. George, Speedy, man, thank you so much all the way from Arkansas. And my wife's up this morning. How about that one, guys? My wife's up this morning. Let me get a sip right here. Ah, my wife said if I wasn't doing this, she wouldn't be up. There's a supportive wife for you. Man, I'll tell you what, it was a good weekend this weekend. Man, the only thing if there's any regrets about this weekend, I didn't cut my grass. I was supposed to cut my grass this weekend, but it was raining on and off. And I did that one time. I don't know if you've ever done this. I made the mistake. It got done raining. The grass wasn't fully dry, and I decided to go cut my grass. Well, it choked my lawnmower. It'll just say it went, it just died right then and there. I had to take it in for some service, but it was needing service, but it just choked it. It was just too thick and too wet. And so after it rains, don't cut your grass. That's just a bit of information. That's free for y'all today. Oh, man. Hey, you know what? That's what. I'm just waiting for some people to get on this morning, people to join in with us, get us here this morning where we are. I need another sip of coffee. No, I really have been up. Some people say he must have just gone. No, I have been up since 5:45. So I have been up for a little bit. Took the dog outside this morning and just a t-shirt and some gym shoes and some shorts. And you know what? It was cold out there. I said, I'm going to stay out here for about 10 minutes with this dog, 15 minutes, because I am going to make sure that I'm up this morning. And I'll tell you what, I had never seen so many stars this morning, Bobby. I looked up over the house, and I could not believe how just clear it was and how many stars I was seeing this morning. I was just amazed because I had never seen that many stars in a long time here in Chicago. But it was truly amazing. I was trying to see which one was the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, and I was just thinking, oh, my neck's tired. I'm going to put my head back down. I'm not going to try to figure all this out right now. But it's amazing. I did see two stars, one to the north and one to the south, that were beaming super bright, brighter than all the other stars. And I just thought about, man, I wonder if that's what the wise men saw when they saw a star in the star in the north, and they just went and they just followed that one star. And I can imagine how much easier it would have been because there weren't buildings and railroads and all these things in the way. They could have just went through the wilderness or whatever they were going through right to a particular spot. And so, but I was amazed this morning. But let's get going this morning. It's 7:04, and we need to get started here. You know, I was applying for a job a while ago, and applying for several jobs. In fact, it was a while ago. And what I was doing was, as I was applying for the job, there's always a segment in the job that says, list your references. And so I began to list my references, but as I was listing them, I stopped for a second because I began to take a look at who are my go-to people? Who are these individuals that I can really depend upon? Who are the ones that really know me? Who are these people that know, or I should say, are associated with where I want to go? And I thought, man, I said, wow, I said, I just can't put anybody down because not everybody is associated with where I want to go. Not everybody is a part of helping me become who I want to become. And I thought, man, so if you're filling out a reference, you just can't throw anybody down. There's got to be go-to people in your life. And these people have to be in a connection or an association that can help position you for where you want to be in life. And I realized we all have go-tos. We all have go-tos. You think about what grocery store you like to go to. You can't talk my mother-in-law out of Walmart. There's no way. I mean, you can't talk her out of Walmart. When she says she's going somewhere, I don't give it groceries or some little items for the house, or she's going to Walmart, man. That's just the bottom line. And so we all have, what gas station you go to? Well, you all have your favorite gas station. You all have your favorite place that you like to go buy clothes. For me, right now, I like to go to Nordstrom Rack. That's the first place I go check out before I go anywhere else because I like the quality, a lot of the clothes that they have there. So we all have go-to people that feed us socially, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. We all have those type of people in their life. But go-to is probably not a word that most of us would use. I'm just using that because it's the first thing to come to my mind. But as I was doing some research, social psychologist Dr. David McClellan of Harvard, he calls these people your reference group. Yeah, your reference group. He says your reference group determines 95% of your successes and your failures in life. That's right, 95%. Your reference group, okay, determines 95% of your successes or your failures in your life. Now, Dr. McClellan had a few ways that he defined who this reference group is based on a certain criteria that he has. And he says, it's the people that you spend the most time with. It's the people that you admire the most. It's the people that you share the same interests with. And it's the people that you seek out when the most important issues arise in your life. Man, think about that. Who are those people that you go to? Who is that reference group that you're seeking out in some of the most important and critical times in your life? These are the people that are basically influencing your life. Yes, I put it like this. I came up with this. I said, whomever influences your life shapes your life. And whoever shapes your life also determines your life's outcomes. So think about who's influencing you, who's shaping you, and who's ever shaping you is determining your outcome in your life. Man, that's critical. So you need to really start taking a look at who are the people that I'm surrounding myself with. Legendary speaker and author Jim Rohn says, we become the combined average of the 5 people we hang around the most. I'll say that again. We become the combined average. We become the combined average of the 5 people that we hang around the most. Man, see, we can always tell what the quality of your life is going to be like by the people that you hang around with. I remember a long time ago with my daughter, when she was small, there was a certain little individual that she was hanging around with. And as we were interacting with, they were small, they were in grade school, maybe 4th or 5th grade. But this little girl was snotty. This little girl, she had like a bad attitude. She had like a didn't care about people or much. And so as my daughter was playing with her, I thought, well, we could help shape her and turn her around, get her moving in the right direction. Well, I noticed when my daughter was separated from her and at home, I saw this little attitude coming up. I saw this little snotty self coming out. I said, no, this ain't going to happen. We cut that relationship off immediately. Why? She was being influenced by the relationship that she was connected to. Man, come on now. So if you think about it, who are the people that you are hanging around with? They determine your conversations. They determine where you go eat. They determine your spending habits. Come on now. I know one person who started hanging around with a certain group of people, and all of a sudden they go, I don't have enough money to hang around with these people. These people got more money than I do. They're going places and buying things and doing things that I'm spending money to keep up, but they got money left over and I got no money left over. So you got to watch out who you're hanging around with, because they'll also determine your spiritual growth. They'll also determine your attitude about things in life. And don't get me started on people's attitudes right now. I'll go on with that. But you see that when you talk with certain people, that attitude begins to come out. That way of conversation comes out. That idealism that comes out. That type of thinking that shows up based on those people. Now, I'm going to ask you something right here. This is a question to you viewers, okay? If you want to start thinking about, okay, who are my go-to or reference group people that are in my life? Who influenced the books that you read? Who influenced you to read the books that you read? Which of your friends, when you always go out, they want to have a drink? Which of your friends always has the highest spending habits? Which associates encourage you the most when you need it? All right? When you run out of something, who do you go to? Just those few questions, and you can pose a lot more questions, but those few questions right there will begin to identify the reference group that you have in your life. It's the people that you are seeking out who are influencing you the most. Come on now. Man, see, those things, those are clues. Where you go when you need to talk about relationships, where you go when you need to talk about spiritual things, where do you go when you talk about financial things, where do you go when you want to try to find out information about, I don't know, technology, cars. You know, for me, technology, I have a couple people that I go to, but I know that they're grounded in technology and telling me what I need. You know, I'm talking about expanding, you know, what we're doing here. You know, I'm looking to get two more cameras, two big cameras. I'm looking to get a green screen. So I'm talking to people who are already doing this, have already bought these things, have already spent money on these things, because I want to be able to expand. So that's one of my reference groups right there for technology. Man, you know, I like a guy named Darren Hardy, not because I know him personally, but because I like what he writes, I like what he says. And he's a motivational speaker, and he's a big-time author. And he says, the people you have chosen to surround yourself with will determine if the power of influence will work for or against you in your life. Now, let me read that again, okay? The people you have chosen to surround yourself with will determine if the power of influence will work for you or against you. Now, think about the people that you're hanging around with. Are the attitudes that they have, are they working for you or against you? The habits that they have, are they working for you or against you? The places they like to go, are they working for you or are they working against you? That's the power of influence. So when you add up all these things, are they bringing you to a place of success or failure? Because remember, we talked about McClellan. He said 95% of those people are positioning you for success or they're positioning you for failure. So what I want you to do this week, we're getting close to running out of time here. I want you to begin to evaluate the people that you're hanging around with. And I want you to write down those 5 most influential people that you have in your life. The ones that you are seeking, the ones that you are talking to, the ones you're hanging the most with, investing the most time with. What are their contributions to you? What are their characteristics? What are their habits? What are their ideas? What are their successes? What are their failures? What are their hopes? What are their goals? What are their dreams? Begin to take inventory of those type of things and look and see, do I want to be a part of that? Am I fitting into that? Is that going to lead me to success or is that going to lead me to failure? Is that where I want to be in life? Man, are they positive or are they negative? It's time we start filtering our friends. It's time we start filtering our associations, because it's like this. We're not getting younger, we're getting older. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to go out on the low end. I want to go out on the high end. I want to go out achieving my best, doing the most I possibly can, becoming all I can possibly be, achieving most of the dreams that I have in my life, not only for me, but for my children, for my wife. Man, come on now. It's just not about me, but who's connected to me, who's depending on me. I like this quote. You know why I like this quote? Because I wrote this quote. I like this quote because I wrote this quote. If I'm going to increase my potential, then I'm going to have to increase the potential in my circle. Now, I don't know if anybody else wrote that. I haven't seen that anywhere, but I wrote that. If I'm going to increase my potential, then I'm going to have to increase the potential in my circle. Man, I think that's a word for you today. I know you don't want to stay average. I know you don't want to stay status quo. You want more. Inside you is desire to become more and do more, possess more. It's in all of us, man, no matter what stage we are in life. So here's the deal. If you're going to live motivated, then you're going to have to determine who in your life is to be in your life, because those are the people who are influencing you to move either to success or failure. Hey, have a great week. I enjoy being with you. Hey, it's your PGM Monday. Stay motivated. Hope you've been hitting the shares and the likes. I forgot to say that during the course here today, this morning. But hit the shares and the likes. Maybe somebody else will come in and tune in on it later. Have a great day.